Have you heard about the lock-it-in rate? That's our topic for today. We're going to cover a few things. We're going to cover what the lock-it-in rate is, what are its advantages and disadvantages, what cabins might you get, what could the worst case scenario look like, just how much money can you save, and of course, some things to be aware of before deciding if the lock-it-in rate is right for you. Ahoy sailors, my name is Rob, and I'm here to tackle Virgin Voyages one topic at a time. Welcome to OVT. So the lock-it-in rate is available for all cabin categories from the insider on up to the mega rockstar. There's a lot of online talk about sea terrace and lock-it-in rate, so that's the example that I'm going to use. So what does the lock-it-in rate mean? Well, essentially it just means that Virgin picks your room for you. The expectation is that you're going to get stuck with a limited view sea terrace, so you have to decide whether that's okay with you or not. The other drawback is that you might not love your cabin location, but the advantage is some serious savings. The lock-it-in rate is cheaper than a limited view sea terrace, and you actually might get a cabin without a limited view. I wanted to take a look at a specific example so that I could demonstrate this for you. So I'm just looking right here. So on January 3rd, 2026, the Aruban night sailing, the lock-it-in rate is $2,900 for a sea terrace cabin. And the cost of a limited view sea terrace is $3,150. So that's $250 more for a cabin that is guaranteed to have a limited view than for one where you're just kind of rolling the dice and taking a chance. Looking at other categories, a central sea terrace, that goes all the way up to $3,700. So the savings can range anywhere from $250 all the way on up to $800. We chose the lock-it-in rate twice. We got very lucky on our last sailing and we got central 10th deck, fantastic room. But the time before, we did get a sailing where we got a limited view sea terrace. Did we have the top of a lifeboat in our way? We did. Did it ruin our view? It did not. Did it ruin our cruise? It most definitely did not. So you just have to decide whether or not you're okay with the risks. So like I said, not for everybody, but it was totally fine for us. I've got a question. Have you booked the lock-it-in rate before? I would love to hear your experiences. Leave a comment below, please. And while you're at it, do me a favor and please like this video and subscribe. It helps tell YouTube that cruisers like this content and it will deliver it to more people. I'd be very grateful. Thank you. Finally, I'm a numbers person. Not sure about you, but I like to understand exactly what the risk is. I went online and I noticed that there are 78 sea terraces that Virgin considers to be limited view. That's out of 1,000 sea terrace cabins on Scarlet Lady and over 1,100 on Valiant Lady. So this works out to be about 7% of their inventory. Remember, some people choose an obstructed view sea terrace because it's cheaper. So there is a chance that by the time Virgin assigns you your cabin, all of those have been taken and you get an upgrade. It's a possibility, but it is a gamble. So I'm not trying to talk you into it. There are some other drawbacks, and it was really important for me to demonstrate what those are as well. So first of all, you're locked in. That's why they call it the lock-it-in rate. You can't change your cruise date. You can't change your cabin without serious penalty. And you can't bid for an upgrade until your cabin has been assigned to you. On our first sailing, our cabin wasn't assigned to us until maybe 3 or 4 or 5 days before our sailing. So it would have been too late to bid for an upgrade. On our last sailing, we did have our cabin assigned to us probably 6 or 7 weeks in advance, but because we got a central terrace on the 10th deck, we were more than happy with it and didn't want to bid for an upgrade. And then finally, some perks might not be included. You need to take a look into these. So for example, if there's a free bar tab that's on promotion at the time, maybe you don't get that with this rate. So first and most importantly, you need to ask yourself this question. Will your cruise be ruined if you don't get a cabin in the exact location that you want it? Do you need a central cabin? Are you a late night snacker and you need to be on deck 14 so that you can be close to the galley so that you can sneak up there and grab some bacon and eggs and hash browns at night, or pick up some breakfast in the morning and bring it down to your sea terrace so that you can enjoy breakfast in your own cabin? Also, how much are you saving once you remove any of the lost perks? We saved between $400 and $500 on each of our sailings, and that was enough for us. but it might not be enough for you to take the chances. So just know one thing, the number of lock-it-in rate cabins is limited on each sailing. Nobody really knows exactly how many there are. I'm sure Virgin knows, but we don't. One thing that we do know is they sell out almost always. So if you're interested, make sure that you lock it in early. See what I did there? Have any questions? Are there other topics that you'd like to hear about? Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching OVT, and remember, we tackle one Virgin topic at a time. Until next time, ahoy, sailor.